My name is Wendy, and before I start, I have to say thank you to my amazing husband. I forgot my speech at home, and he went all the way back home to go get it. So, as Erica said, I am a trauma survivor, rape survivor. Up here? Here? I feel like I'm shouting now. Okay. I'm 40, almost 50 years old. We're getting there. I developed my eating disorder when I was really young. Like a lot of people, I can't identify what made that happen. I really don't think the reasons why really matter. What matters is that it happened. Not overnight, but slowly and over time. Through elementary school, middle school, high school, and into college. It was there for so long, I began to think it was an actual part of me, a companion and a torturer. It walked down the aisle with me when I got married, and it sat beside me in church when I buried my father. It promised me relief when I was assaulted, and it berated me when I tried to get help. For years, we did a tango together, a silent, deadly dance that I had no idea how to stop. I spent so many decades suffering in silence. When I first began using food to control my life, there wasn't even a name given to it. My doctor told me to just eat. They told my parents it was normal teenage rebellion and that I would grow out of it. So we all pretended it didn't exist. I was in college when the doctor finally gave it a name, anorexia and bulimia. I thought that only happened to people in books and on television. Certainly, it wasn't happening to me. I had my life completely under control, except that I didn't. Little by little, my self-confidence eroded and my life began to fade away. Every day, that little voice in my head, that mean taskmaster of a voice, took a part of me. I pushed away my family, I dropped out of college, and I lost my way. It really didn't matter to me how much of my life it was stripping away. I was convinced if I kept listening to it and pursuing my goal, that everything would just fall back into place. When my father died, everything around me came crashing in. The last conversation we had was a fight about my eating disorder. For the first time, I caught a glimpse of what this disease was costing me, and I wanted a better life. I was going to stop. It was that easy, right? I had no idea how much a part of my life it had invaded. I was lucky enough to find a great doctor and a wonderful counselor. They believed in me when I could not believe in myself. Still, it took a lot of time, hard work, and patience. And anyone who knows me knows patience is not my strong suit. Stubbornness, yes. Patience, no. When I finally fully admitted to myself that I needed to get help, getting it became a struggle. At first, I didn't feel like I deserved treatment. I wasn't sick enough. Then, by the time I was ready to fight it, it was almost too late. Thus began the battle of wills between my doctor, myself, and my insurance company. My recovery was a long, arduous process. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Finally, on my 26th birthday, I entered inpatient for the last time, and it was the best gift I could have ever given myself. After that, I had more than 20 years of solid recovery, something I never thought possible. I started speaking out on eating disorders to high schools, colleges, and groups, anyone that would listen. I ran support groups. I started a website focused on eating disorders. I taught. I was determined to give back the hope that was given to me. I went back to school and got my psychology degree. I had it all together, and recovery was mine. Then 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with latent tuberculosis. The medication required 9 months of a complete radical dietary change. At that same time, my best friend and mentor of more than 20 years passed away. Losing him hurt more than I thought I could possibly bear. Those events brought back all those old thoughts and behaviors. You can't do this on your own. You aren't strong enough. I can help. Those eating divorces started raging in my head. I was lost and afraid and convinced that I blew my chance at recovery and there was no way I deserved another one. The shame overwhelmed me. Thankfully, with the help of a great nutritionist, whom I've had the privilege to work with on and off for 23 years, I was able to reach out. She helped me tell my husband, my counselor, my doctor, and my friends. She helped me see that this was a perfect storm of events and not a reflection of who I was or a personal failure. I started a week-long program and then transitioned to intensive outpatient. There I met some of the most incredible women I have ever known, many of whom are here today. They taught me that self-judgment has no place in my life, that my life matters, and that I do still have a voice, a strong, powerful voice. I thank them every day from the bottom of my heart. When my eating disorder thoughts, when those thoughts feel strong, I work hard to replace them with their voices and the voices of all those fighting this battle with us. When I am asked to tell my story, I worry that mine isn't a story of a cure. I don't live happily ever after, all fixed with no struggles in the end. I still have easy days and harder days. But I remind myself that we don't need fairy tales and fairy tale endings. What we do need is truth and hope. And I'm glad that I can be a part of that truth, and I am grateful for every person who stands up to tell their truth. Recovery is possible. I am living proof, and so are every one of you.